Alright guys, we are set. The last video I made, I was talking about this not working, and I was trying to explain why the brushless conversion maybe wasn't working. I didn't know, and what happened was that actually we had a battery with not a lot of power left on it. So I've got a 3S battery here. I'm going to see if there's a place that I can sort of position this guy so it doesn't go crazy and fly off, and I want to show y'all how it goes. We're not going to do any sort of speed test or anything right now, but this is on 3S LiPo, and we've got a big 3S battery in there, and everything is working. So I'm going to just give it a little bit of throttle here so y'all can see it is definitely going, and everything is going good. If I go a bit too fast, we're obviously going to fly off that thing. One thing I did do actually was I kept a little bit of that cover off back there because I want to watch that gear and make sure that it's okay. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, there we can see some of that pinion gear. I want to see, there's a lot of noise back there, but so that's what's going on, guys. We've got 3S power. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, this is about fourth throttle. This is about not even fourth. That's like 10%. That's about half throttle. I mean, it's really going. I don't want to blow this thing up. I'll flip it over and we can go the other way. See what it feels like. It does seem a little, I don't know how to explain it, but it seems a little bit choppy. But let's see. This is, I'll just kind of walk through here as we go. Maybe you'll see. That's just barely cracking the throttle. Half throttle, and that's really fucking strong. That's about half. I can't even go past half throttle. I know it seems kind of wussy, but it's just fast. I mean, I have this same mount and motor in my other rig, this guy, and I mean, past half throttle, you're really flying. So let me open it up and show you a little bit of what's going on. I've got a little bit of a weird bend here with the body, I think, because we've got a big battery in there, and eventually I think it will eventually sort of adjust a little better. But so what I did was, if you watch the first step video, I ended up taking the body towers from the WLtoys 959 series and actually putting it on this guy. So I've got a lot taller battery towers here. Body towers, so that we have a little more lift of the car. We can get a little bit more height for the body, and that's helped a lot. So that has given me a lot more opportunity to run the body with this bigger battery and bigger ESC on the top here. So everything is looking pretty good, and I'll share kind of the way I set everything up. I probably should shut it off here, but basically you've got a few things going on here. Let me shut this off. Sorry, I was losing my train of thought. Okay, it's been late, long day working. So we've got the battery here running all the way across, and I'm gonna stick some Velcro here, and that will hold it in. I have some really like industrial grade Velcro, will not be a problem at all. I was trying to figure out why it's drooping so much. I need to add some preload. So what I did was a couple things. We've got the ESC mounted up here. I did have to take off the fan. I will watch this and see if it gets hot. Right now it's just fine. We've got the motor mounted here, which is a 3650 4300 kV. Now I watched one great guy, Joshua, who has an RC channel, and he had a lot of trouble with this pinion gear eating up the spur gear. And I think he had to go with a bigger pinion because he couldn't use the standard pinion that comes with these cars, because he used a 3660 motor, if I remember correctly. And Joshua, if you see this video, I'm not dogging any, I'm just trying to put some facts out from what I remember. And I think that one had a 5mm shaft. This is the standard, which I think is 3.65 or 3.165 or 3.175 millimeters. So your standard WLtoys 959, the green car with the 540 motor, and the same gear, it will fit on here. And it's the same one that comes with your car stock, your 144001. So that worked up fine. I did leave the cover off for now just because I want to wash this gear. I mean, when I take it out, I don't want to have any trouble. I kind of want to make sure dirt doesn't get in there. That gear is going to go through a lot of power and struggle. We don't want to have any problem. So this is your receiver. I use the Radiolink receiver. I'll show you right here. So Radiolink R6FG. I really like it. Haven't had any trouble with my other car, and so it's been really good. I'll put it on the old collector's ATC TFDR here. No, that's not going to work. All right, let's keep going, guys. Sorry. Okay, so the next thing that I did here, if you can see, is we've got we've got the receiver here. We've got basically two wires going to the receiver. One is the servo, which is always the top, and the bottom is basically your ESC. Now, your ground is going to be your lighter color wires, and those always go on the inside. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me, but if you've got the manual for this, it will share all of that. But what I was told is put those lighter color wires on the inside. Now, this is your little balance plug, so that just kind of sits under there nicely. There's a lot of hardware here. And we can just kind of stuff these cables under here, and that works just fine. Now, the other thing was routing this. I chose to basically route it around so that I have a little more space for the plugs for the motor. And I have the antenna sort of routing out the back. Worked fine, and I'm very proud of the place that I found for the switch, because the switch is right here. Now, seems like an odd place for a switch. It doesn't affect anything. Nothing hits it because it's up on this little platform. But you can reach this switch without touching or taking off the cover. So let me show you how it all goes back on, and then we are good. So when I put it back on with this big battery, one thing I'll do, I will kind of try to tuck this down in there a little bit. And that itself will help. Then we've got these guys. We sort of stick those down a bit. And I might take some of that slack off of here. There is a little bit of extra battery cable there. Or wire, I should say. Sorry guys, long night. And basically, you can see it's a tight fit, but it's not unmanageable. And all I do is I'll get the front of the car on first, which you see. Now you can see that taller tower is coming out. If you had the stock towers that come with this, no way. There's just no way. It would be really hard, if not impossible. And then all I have to do now, sorry guys, is just push the other one through. And it does a little bit, you know, of course it's a little bit of getting in there, but there's not much pressure here. I'm not doing that much of push down. And then all I'm going to do now, sorry because I've got one hand, should be using my mount, is I just pretty much clip it on. And if I can do this with one hand while recording a video, it's pretty easy. So that's what I would suggest is for you is starting out with the WLtoys body mounts, and then you'll have a lot more room. And the last thing that I would say is the ESC. I mean, I would have loved to have run an ESC that has a fan, but I had to take the fan off because this is such a low profile car. And you know, if I had a fan on this, it would be great, but honestly it's not a big deal. I think I don't really run these things crazy hard, so we really should be pretty good. And that is the driving WK or WLtoys BK, we don't know what it is, but that's what they call it, is WLtoys. So the only thing that I don't like about this, and I bent the body up a little bit when I was doing some of the heat gun stuff, I ordered another one, is it's a little off there. I prefer this to be down a little more, but everything else is pretty good. And let me show you how I can turn this thing on. Check this out. Ooh, I mean, how cool was that? I mean, right there. Perfect spot. If you do manage to get any sort of ESC that's aftermarket, I mean, move the switch, put it in the front. How much better is that? I mean, so easy. And that's it. So we'll be testing it, and I'll probably get some drive time videos. Probably not the first time out, because I want to make sure that I do everything right and I don't crash too hard, and then we'll see what's up. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope your brushless conversion goes really well. Let me know your thoughts, comments, questions.